Hi, I'm Gillian Jacobs.
I'm Yvette Nicole Brown.
And I'm Maggie Bander.
And Maggie wrote this amazing episode of Community. This one's called Competitive Ecology.
Thank you, Yvette.
You're welcome, dear.
One of my favorite reveals, joke reveals. No, he doesn't have a wife. He has a mannequin leg.
A mannequin leg. And he's hiding out behind Hot and Brown, is it?
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep in mind as we're watching Chang's story that the original story was much more grounded. That was him investigating a monkey murder.
So when did it change to?
I think after the first draft.
Okay.
It was,
okay.
We couldn't
decided
afford
might as
a
well
monkey
go straight
corpse.
at crazy.
Why play? Let's just really jump right in there. I remember in this episode, I was trying to not be in a later shot. You notice Shirley's not there if you look.
Oh.
So I kind of ducked into
Where were you?
I
What
ducked
were you
into the
doing?
dean's office because I knew I've gotten really good at knowing which takes they're going to shoot next. So I try to position myself where I won't be near the camera.
And why would you do that?
I don't know. I'm like the only actor that doesn't really care if I get covered.
Do you have a book to read or
No, I
something
just
you were
like
watching?
probably was napping that day. Probably was, or running back to the trailer to watch Luther episodes with Gillian.
No, I was there. If you were watching Luther, you were on your own.
Perhaps that
Eddie
Idris Elba.
Pepitone.
Eddie Pepitone.
The great.
Very funny.
Did you see that home record line? That means that Chang stole his mannequin leg.
As quite a school those guys go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird reactions to stuff.
Is this Michael's first?
No.
it's his second episode.
Yeah.
As someone who just finished spending the majority of his life in prison, what happened with Legos? They used to
Talk
be
about the Lego joke.
Well, the Lego joke was actually, it did come from Dan. He wanted to find something sort of odd for Professor Kane to be into.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely, he just wanted him to have sort of an odd hobby.
Yeah.
The crew was a little worried we were going to suddenly need a Lego Death Star. But I will say that his concern about why can't you just get regular Legos is something that has troubled me for some time.
No,
Yeah.
it is a problem. It really is a problem.
I also like Annie starting to answer.
And Joel, Jeff grabs her hand and goes, no.
I think that was on set.
Joel's kid is super into Legos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super into Legos.
This is also where me and Donald's hair are evolving. This is early in
Yes,
the
I had
season.
noticed that when I was reviewing this.
Both of our styles are very small.
Did you
and
guys
close
talk to
our-
each other about it?
Yeah, we commiserated a bit about the situation. It was just, we had to find our way.
Mm-hmm.
We had to find our way.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. Hair is a journey on a show.
I like it. I like it small,
I
Yvette.
like it bigger.
Oh, you like it bigger, huh?
Oh, Lord, Gillian. Now, in this scene is where, okay, you see all those bugs behind us? In this scene, there were little ants crawling.
That was the
no,
scene.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
right behind us, there's ants, and I was trying to not be grossed out the whole time.
Thank
they
you
were
for
doing
not
You were very
telling me.
professional.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody, but they're literally trying to get inside to get that little beetle
Ugh,
in that
that's
black casing.
So there was an interesting theory on the internet about this bit because this episode was shown out of order. It was originally supposed to go fourth after the multidimensional one. And so because they refer to things in that episode, there was
Yeah.
a theory that this was a different dimension and this is one of the
Oh,
evil
wow.
things, which I'm just going to say is absolutely 100% true.
That would make sense because we were pretty rotten in this one. Oh, this is the first appearance of Todd, played
Yay,
by
Todd. David Nair?
David Nair. Almost lost that. He's got the best hair in the world. This guy.
After Yvette Nicole Brown.
Well, mine is attached at times. It's a conglomeration of other people's.
You
hair.
have awesome hair,
I do.
Yvette.
Thank you, dear. I have nice hair myself, but I tend to cover it up when I'm Shirley.
You and I were doing some weird hand
You
bit
were
right
doing,
there.
Gillian. You know what? When we don't know what they're going to use, Gillian does very inappropriate things, and I try to steer her away from some of the hand gestures she was making in that scene. If you saw us, me slapping her hand, and I
It
probably was
brings
good.
life and color.
I feel like I'm
it's-
learning so much now.
Yeah, you learn a lot. This was a rough one. That one part right there.
Why? What was I doing?
This is Mel
was I trying to
Rodriguez.
grab your boob?
You were trying to grab my boobs. You were trying to put my finger in your mouth. It was a whole bunch of stuff happening there.
I don't even remember.
Mel was a really, really funny presence. I'm sort of sorry that
I know.
Shane got him fired.
I know, he was so fun. Is this his first appearance? Yeah.
What? Second.
He did like 3 episodes, I think, this
He
year.
was awesome. I love this bit so much.
I also want to know if this is the first appearance of Chang Face.
Chang Tung.
Chang Tung.
It might be the first time it's fully captured.
What?
Looking for something?
No.
She said she wasn't, but her eyes said otherwise. She was all dame.
I think that's Leslie Connolly. I hope I'm correct.
Her torso. The kind of arms that had elbows.
Did you just call me in here to stare at me?
We were just talking about hair and how Yvette avoids being in coverage.
Ah. Yeah, secrets. Secrets. How did you guys do the voiceover stuff with him? Did you record it first, or was he?
Yeah, we recorded
And then
it
played
first,
it while
yes.
you were shooting the scene.
We recorded it in Troy and Abed's kitchen.
That's pretty gross
Really?
because Allison's hair is in
It's
the
in
salad.
the salad.
I think
It was a gross salad.
Is this what it's gonna be like working together?
What? I lost 3 followers. Man.
We originally were
That's
going to
it.
go outside on... Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say that's what happened to me in real life.
It was a bad collection.
Roommates study group?
So you originally going to go outside and what?
Oh, and we were confined to the school, which I actually thought was funnier.
Right.
And a friend of mine was in a hotel room in France where there were mushrooms growing on the ceiling.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's really,
Were
really
were those
nasty.
actual mushrooms?
They were. The
They
prop
glued 'em.
department had a
Edible
lot of hallucinogenic.
Oh, and it's in the bathroom too.
Yeah, this is not outside, actually. This is outside of the lounge.
Yeah, student lounge.
This
What do we
year
call it?
never-
Jesus patio? What do we call it?
Jesus patio, yeah.
Gethsemane, Garden of Gethsemane.
Oh,
For
that's
2
much
years,
more literate.
We
Yeah.
have not left the stages. I know I've talked about it a couple times, but we have not left. We've done Marathon Park, which is a park on the set of, or on the lot of Paramount, but we don't leave now.
Well, we use all the location money for drugs.
The pictures of Baby Ben were Mike Rogers. He plays Donald Glover's stand-in. Those are pictures of one of Mike's sons.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Baby Ben this season. Fun fact.
Arizona Matchbook Company.
So good.
Arizona backwards is still Arizona.
Oh my God. Oh,
He's
Chang
so
is so
amazing.
stupid.
Yeah, for anyone that says that Britta is the stupidest character on this show, look to Chang.
So look.
I think at some point he attacks himself in the mirror in the outtakes.
What are you doing here?
I love how Troy looks at Britta. So sweet.
Me too. And wondering something.
It's like we're setting up the season.
And then nothing ever happens.
You guys went to a Mexican restaurant? What do you want?
Sex!
Were you gonna bail on me?
No.
I like how we're just waiting for that. Like they must have been talking about it.
While he was spying, I found a turtle.
I love Todd. I love Todd.
I found a turtle.
Todd is awesome.
For Chevy to emerge out of those bushes was, it was kind of like James Cameron building the model of the Titanic, and it was that kind of complicated.
That'll pierce with Todd. We should probably choose partners again. I mean, just to be fair.
So it's agreed. Let's go to the study room and deal with this.
I think this was a beautiful balmy night around 4 a.m.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is technically outside. This is as far outside as we were allowed to go.
It's called the Todd problem.
I did a take where I screamed at him.
Did he cry?
Yeah, almost.
He's so sweet.
Britta, you almost got,
We just have to come up.
I mean,
Yeah.
Britta, Gillian,
Yes.
Who is going to be
you had to deal with fire.
I had to deal with fire, and I had been burned in real life, which is why I'm wearing a conspicuously large bandage on my arm in this
Well, it
scene.
was from a battery
not
pack,
by
right?
us.
Wasn't it from a mic pack?
Or was it by
something?
us?
No, it's not by you guys. On like the first hiatus week of this season, I went and shot on this indie movie, and I got shot in the movie, and the squib pack with the fake
Squib pack.
blood
Right.
Squib
exploded on my arm and burned me.
Do you
And
have
there
a scar
was-
now?
I still have the scar.
There was very little sympathy on set for you, right?
Yeah, no one.
They were like, oh, well, yeah. That's,
Yeah, I mean, after the great zipper incident of season 1.
I,
What
ran
was
a-
that?
I opened up a zipper on a sleeve of one of Britta's inexplicable,
Leather
like
jacket.
$1,000 leather jackets that she seems to have, like 20 of them. And I ran the zipper up her arm, which totally did. Or I closed the zipper,
You opened the zipper on me.
and then and it totally cut her arm. It was great. And you still have the scar from that?
No, that one faded.
Oh, thank God.
See, there's the bandage. You can see it.
Wait, no.
This was very hard to do.
Yeah, you had to figure out what was the problem. You couldn't figure out which finger to shoot.
I
her.
wanted it to end on the middle finger, and I kept messing it up.
Oh, you or Britta did?
Britta did.
Okay.
Don't go trying to pawn Todd off on me.
Again, none taken.
Guys, our terrariums are due tomorrow, and it's already 9.
Okay, let's make this simple. And
This was a long week, I feel like, right? This was like, we put in some hours.
There
on
was
this-
some long hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
But really, which week doesn't?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should clarify. This
This
was
had
a
more
week
than usual?
unlike any other.
You're halfway done.
This is introduction of Todd. I mean, not the introduction, but our first episode with Todd.
Yes.
He's been in 3.
And I needed answers like a fish needs a bicycle.
Law and Order. What else?
He's great. And did his pilot get picked up? He got a series, I think.
He was on New Girl. I saw him in an episode of New Girl.
Yes.
Get away from my desk.
I'll call you back.
I get $300 every time he appears, so I think
Really?
So you remember you got
America
600, you got
demands
600.
more
Yeah.
Todd.
America loves Todd.
I love that rule of writers. When you create a character and they return, you get money. I love that.
What do you buy with the $300?
Take some time off.
Probably flu vogs, I think.
Even if it's like a smaller character, like
That's a
even
very
if it's
cool
like
type of shoe, everyone.
It doesn't matter the character.
doesn't matter if they return home.
Whether it's Frasier.
Pierce is with me. Troy's with Britta. And John's with Todd.
Oh, that guy, whatever writer created Frasier on Cheers.
Yeah, I think that's the
Golden
the
Standard.
dream,
Greatest.
So
the
they,
dream of the character payment.
wow. So even when he goes on to Frasier, he keeps getting paid. That's insane.
That might be the most successful example of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That guy must have bought an island.
Garrett and Neil on our show created Cleveland, or Cleveland was in their episode, so they get that.
You know what? Maybe George Jefferson on All in the Family.
Yeah,
That
that
went
would be a
on
good
to be
one.
very successful too.
We don't even know him. He's a stranger.
I wonder who created the Tortellis. Like Nick Tortelli. Well, that guy created Nick Tortelli, and the other guy created Frasier.
And Shirley was
It's a lot of bitterness. So
I
apparently,
love that
this
actor.
ranking people by how much they like them is something some of Matt Murray's friends really did
What?
at Harvard,
Wow.
which seems like a bad idea.
It seems.
Didn't work well in this episode.
Nunez's card.
Thank God he bought all those matches.
I think I could watch. I could watch Ken Ziering. I could watch Ken do this as his own series.
Uh-huh.
Just I would watch 25 episodes of it.
Best gag ever. Second only to the mannequin leg.
Mother of God.
So we picked Larry Bird because someone else didn't clear, and Dan actually picked it because he had a Larry Bird picture when he was a kid, and he had taped it to his dresser, but it ruined the finish. And his mother got very angry and said, "Do you think Larry Bird has a picture of you?" And I thought that would be
that's
nice if you could only have
horrible.
posters of people who'd have a poster of you.
Poster of you.
What a terrible comeback. That's terrible.
More than Pierce.
Thin ice, Shirley. My friends and I are not going to let you drive
Cut to
away.
Larry Bird with a picture of Dave Harvey now. Maybe he's a huge community fan.
Finally.
There's my Band-Aid again.
This stinks like a butt convention. Is that the line?
A butt convention would really
Will
smell
really
bad.
be stinky.
I think that might not be my line. Usually if there's butts or farts, you can sort of guess that may not have
you.
been me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
those are-
heard you're kind of like me. You're more dainty with your. Oh no, that's Megan Gantz. So that's Megan Gantz.
Oh,
Megan
I
Gantz
think
hates-
Megan Gantz was the butt joke.
No, I heard she hates potty humor. She doesn't like naughty, dirty stuff.
Naughty, dirty stuff.
You're right, Annie. It's not personal. I mean, it's not like people really like you. You're just a good grade in a tight sweater.
You're just a bad grade in a tight sweater. And who the hell are you always texting? Everyone you know is here.
Okay.
Solid point.
Don't get your number forced.
Who are your friends?
Okay, let's focus. We're all
Jeff's?
That's a
Yeah.
nice reply too.
hours ago.
The guy at the Armani Exchange. The guy at the Black Label for Banana Republic.
You're a creationist. What? You're so religious. How are you going to do science experiments if you don't even believe in science?
Just because someone's religious doesn't mean they have a problem with
Is
science.
Pierce in a
Certainly,
wheelchair?
if an introductory
Kind of
knowledge
You
looks
just
like it.
found a way to sit.
college can refute 2,000 years of miracles.
Oh, God.
And what about Britta? She's not going to dissect anything.
Fine, you got me. I won't dissect anything with a face.
What about worms?
Do they have tiny little faces? This is why
Love it. Love it. Hilarious.
stupid. I don't want to be smart. It is, and you can't be.
Guys,
If loving worms is stupid,
I
then
don't
I don't
want
want
to. Smart. Yep. Solid point.
there's no way.
As if
Speaking of poop, in
Yes.
the Today Show, there's a 3-year-old girl with a 135 IQ points, and they had her on. They were trying to test her, and all she did was want to poop.
Really?
Oh,
I relate to
So
that girl.
great. Doesn't it look like he's in a wheelchair?
Yes. What were you going to say?
Oh, well, I was going to say that as a fan, that when Joel stood up into frame as if about to give a speech was my big thrill and realized I worked at Community. But we should talk about the pooping kid.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
That is very nice.
Charred mannequin leg, it's a leg. Oops, I'm singing.
Oh,
Once again, who would have thought Ken Jeong starts out as our angry Spanish teacher and eventually winds up living in a closet in love with that charred mannequin leg. It's the greatest.
How heavy was I to pick up, Joel? How much of a strain was that?
You are not that heavy. I was more worried about cutting you.
Yeah, I was really concerned about this fire.
Yeah,
with
this
because you had to throw it down toward the fire was shooting up. It was bad.
It was crazy. You were there was a lot of. You had to do it a couple times.
Yeah, me and fire aren't friends.
It seems like no big deal when you see. Yeah, Todd's amazing here.
This is a big moment for him because it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We had all done all of our coverage, and he did his coverage at the end of the day. And every take was gold.
Well, and I think I made him keep doing it and doing it. And to be honest, I think this might have been the first one.
You made him do it about 20 times.
No, but he was great each time, though.
You writers.
He added a little, some different things each time.
From college, like I promised my dying father.
Oh, Todd.
It's kind of remarkable, though, when you can watch an actor give endless variation to the same speech.
Well, and he knew his lines.
That
Which is
was
kind
a
of
first
like-
for our set.
He's like, look at that guy.
His offense taken was genius every time. He yelled
Offense
it.
taken.
He
My
yelled it
insolent
sometimes.
shaft.
He whispered it sometimes.
Yeah, he was
It's
amazing.
great.
And we used that catchphrase for weeks and weeks after.
In the writer's room, if someone said something, say, about someone's past credits, there was a lot of none taken.
There's Danielle.
So the
playing
gag
Vicky.
here, guys, is that we're still wearing the same clothes the next day, and we're
And Luke
supposed to look
Youngblood.
crap.
So when I watched this episode when it was first on, it was with 2 of my friends who are African American, and they laughed so hard at this joke. I felt like I had done this sophisticated social commentary.
Right, like you know they're laughing at
oh,
you.
no.
Right?
So great.
These are the kind of conversations Black people have. You know they're laughing at
it
you.
made me.
No,
was
it's
really
really
touching.
true. Everybody's trying to hold up the race, so that was a very true moment there, Maggie.
Obviously, this isn't working out. You're just gonna have to put us with.
And does everyone know Luke Youngblood is British?
Yes.
He's the Quidditch announcer
in Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
You know he fought in Iraq, right?
And Joel McHale is British.
I am British. I just choose not to
fought
use my accent too much.
All 7 of you will share a microscope, 1 bench, and 1 grade that.
That's why my makeup looks like that, people. We've been up all night.
Hot.
Why do you keep explaining that?
Because I feel insecure about it.
You can never look bad, Gillian.
No.
So the obvious parallels to the Reichstag fire that allowed Hitler to consolidate his power, I think, should be obvious to all of our audience.
Wow. That's what you had in mind?
Oh, yeah. Blaming it on your enemies. Using it to declare martial law.
Here's where this is where we lose Mel.
Yeah.
I played back there thousands of matches.
Thousands of matches.
Major health and fire code violations.
Kind of monkey gas.
I think we're gonna have to get the police involved.
And that's when it hit me. I was in.
Chimrash is so funny.
He really is. Everything he does.
I wish I could control my eyebrows like he can.
No. No need to get the cops. With a conspiracy.
Dean Pelton always makes the wrong decision. Like no matter what the choice is, he chooses the
How
wrong
does he have a job?
Okay,
But he's so pleased with it.
I know.
I quit. I mean, I can deal with the not getting paid, but I draw the line at you enabling this man. I mean, I'm seriously concerned that he's mentally ill.
Really good. It's really good.
He almost cries.
I needed to know more about those fires.
very high mesa?
Were they ethnically diverse? Did they bring you?
Was it a very high mesa or was it a state of mind? I love it.
I quit.
Oh,
I also wish-
that was the
Great
only problem.
loss.
We lose Mel.
Yeah, I know.
Great loss.
Seems that Greendale owes you a debt of gratitude. How would you like to be the new head of security?
I had to think fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was I crazy, or was I just doing right by the school?
Actual evil laugh.
So good.
I remember.
What do you remember? I remember something.
I remember something. I don't even know if I should say it. I shouldn't even say it.
Would destroy the balance in our study group's ecosystem.
I'm not saying it. Maggie, don't you say it? Let's not say it, Maggie. Just won't say it.
Racism?
One of the actors may have suggested I shouldn't write comedy.
Which, now let me get this straight. One of the actors said you shouldn't write comedy.
Shocking. I don't know who said it. I don't know.
I'm going to guess.
But
that was also Donald improv.
Yeah, that was a Donald improv.
A completely unrelated thing. Chevy was very bothered that we were being mean to Todd's character, which I thought was ironic.
Single tear.
Oh, weird. And
I love the zoom in on the tear.
We had to be mean to his character.
Well, I think it's an interesting thing because I think any group can turn
into
sour.
the mean group,
so I actually thought, as a one-off, any group has those dynamics.
I had no idea this much cleavage was showing in this tag. I was really almost obscene.
I'm
in
gonna
this
look for
one.
that.
I'm okay with it.
I don't think they're going to show it again.
I didn't know this was going to be my tag and didn't remind.
Oh yeah, because it's
didn't
supposed to be
warn
part.
my 90-year-old grandmother.
Oh really?
This was not her favorite part.
Whereas my grandmother encourages it. Mm-hmm. She wants to see everyone naked. Priscilla.
Test and you all penised. Passed.
Oh,
Maybe I need to take.
Thanks everybody.
Woo!
Thank you guys.